Well, Toku fans, I'm back from another video review. Episode 4 of Ohsama Sentai King-Ohger. Good episode. Again, I am loving this series so far. The characters, I like what they're doing so far. Is taking an episode to focus on each specific character. It's a good episode. Let's see. Yeah, they really caught me off guard. Wasn't exactly expecting what happened. No, it's not a big dramatic takeaway like last time. Well, so yeah, anyway, the opening does change footage for the episodes. That's pretty cool. And next episode will focus on Rita. That character was specifically I was most curious about. Like, what were they gonna do? Like, what would they think of Gira? That's what I want to know. So next week, well, this week would be epic conclusion to that. I'm excited. But let's talk about this episode. So, anyway. The episode opens up with a recap what happened at the end of last time. But I made a mistake, by the way. That Shugo was not the Ord of Hachi-Ohger. No, his is a B. I don't know why I thought it was I don't know why I made a mistake like that. It was obvious. It's my fault. I'm really sorry. And surprised now you actually corrected it in the comments. Anyway. It's a great recap. So anyway, our transition from recap to the actual episode was pretty good. We transitioned back into the fight. It causes the three to get separated. Yama just ends up with Himeno. And Gira ends up with Kurogata and someone else. The explanation from Yamagast, because Himeno does not know anything about the three legendary shoe gods. Basically, they were part of they're part about King-Ohger many centuries ago. So that kind of disproves that line of dialogue disproves that, well, they actually were together. That 5 center, they were the King-Ohgers many centuries ago. So that means they either descendants of them or going to royalty themselves. I don't know. I might be explored in the future, and well, we don't know what's going to happen yet. Mostly they say on budget they're going to be going back to. They might actually head to Japan. Sorry. So they may actually end up on Earth in Japan. Maybe they might. That's not normally where the Sentai from other worlds come. And you know, actually, this gives me. Some people have been comparing this season to Kaiser Sentai Gokaiger. And yeah, I kind of see that in a way. The character personalities are different, but it does have some parallels to Gokaiger. What? A group of 5 warriors from 5 kingdoms in King-Ohger. Well, Gokaiger is from 5 people from 5 different planets. Technically 6 different planets, but still. Anyway, most likely the 6th ranger will be a normal person, like guy. Maybe. We still don't know what's going to be happening. We gotta keep waiting. We'll see what happens in episode 6, which is next week. We'll just wait for the episode says preview this Sunday. But yeah. Now this week, again, I'm going to recap the main cast every 4. So I'm going to recap the main cast again, and I'm going to do it on the next review on the season. I'm going to be doing the same thing again in episode 5, so that's why I mention that now. Anyway, let's start with the main 3 of the focus that we got together. So, Kurogata-Ohger, aka Gira, is played by Taisei Sakai. Yamagast, aka Tombo-Ohger, is played by Aoto Watanabe. Himeno-ran, aka Kamikiri-Ohger, is played by Erika Murakami. And we also got the focus of this episode, Kurogari Dubowski, aka Hachi-Ohger, played by Sokaku. Man, his name is actually the longest I had. I'm just going to call him Kaguragi. Gil ends up meeting Kaguragi. And really, I do like him. He's a fun character, but I also got a bit of a bad feeling from the start. Probably a effect of watching a lot of TV shows, this type of story. Seriously. I just had a bad feeling about the character from the beginning. So he even wants to help him, after Gil makes his usual speech about him being a tyrant king, so he can take down evil Rakleys. So Kaguragi is moved by his speech. And wants to help. Just the way he's acting just gives me a bad feeling. I really like that. Let me make sure. That's pretty cool. You don't like I don't know if you ever got a bad feeling. If you watch this episode and got a bad feeling from the start, please let me know in the comments down below. Because again, I had this bad feeling since the character appeared in the episode after we saw, maybe because of what happened in the last episode, with him working with Rakleys. And the character is not, and we don't hate the character either. We know he's a good guy. He has his reasons. Observation. Gil is impressed by all the work they do. So, Kaguragi's kingdom, which name I can actually remember, is named after a food. Tofu. I don't know much about tofu, by the way. But the kingdom's literally tofu. I don't get it. Shouldn't it be a Japanese term for some gardening? Well, either gardening or something? Because that would make a little more sense. Because they're not afraid to get their hands dirty. Kaguragi really cares about his kingdom and his people. And it shows he's a really cool, likable character. And what he does makes sense, as we know about his character description. I mean, the way the episode ended just unexpectedly was unexpected. So by episode 5, we got all 5 King-Ohgers teaming up. All five King-Ohgers together. And I don't know what they're gonna be doing after that episode. They may end up in modern day Japan, or they may stay in the realms. So I don't know how they're gonna keep this played out. That means they'll be able to run all the time, but how would that work? How would that work if they'll be on the run from them all the time? I don't get it. Must be a reason. Anyway, I'm going to talk briefly about Rita. I'm sure Rita will take Gil aside once they find out how much of a bad person Rakleys is. So I say refer to them as they. Because not specifically, while Rita has a female name, suit actor for Rita is actually a male. So I think that's pretty interesting. Well, you can clearly see that Rita is played by a female on suitable. Suit actor is male. Wow, they're going for a reverse Power Rangers in a way. They're going for a Power Ranger stuff in a way. If you don't get what I mean. When Mighty Morphin Power Rangers used Spoilers 1 G-Ranger, 1992, the Yellow Ranger, was actually a male. But some reason, most likely done to balance out the cast more, they changed the Yellow Ranger to a female. Like I said, mostly done to balance out the cast. And it made me fun to see what footage was Sentai and what was original. Looking back at Mighty Morphin Power Rangers today, it's not bad. But I need to actually do a full season review on that again. I did once have a Toku channel for that, but I long since stopped doing that. So I'm gonna do a review soon before season. I'm gonna make, even when once more special drops, I may review it later than anyone else, because I want to watch seasons 1 through 3 and Alien Ranger, I'm gonna get through the entirety of the Zordon era of Power Rangers. Yes, the entire Zordon era. From Mighty Morphin up to in space. Oof, that's gonna be a long one. Especially it's gonna be tricky now. I can't watch Alien Rangers on Netflix because there's no longer on there. I don't know any other place to watch them. I say I get the DVDs. That's gonna be tricky. I don't even know what this is. Who's this? Alright. Sorry. I didn't mean to get distracted again. Anyway, after Anyway, by the way, early on as well, Yamaga's actually revealed something that when Himeno obviously wants it now, when she hears about it, he tells her fat chance. Because Radcliffe has control now. Basically, 2 years ago, Radcliffe asked Yamagas to help find a way to control it. Who surprisingly hates humans, I think. Well, how much of a horrid person that Radcliffe is. And about what's rare for Sentai seasons is mental figures in a way. I haven't seen much mental figures lately. Some seasons have them, some seasons don't. So I don't know what seasons actually have mental figures. Mental figures are not a bad thing. Keeps them advice. Power Rangers has always had a mental figure. Well, not always. There's some seasons that didn't, some seasons that did as well. And Power Rangers is going to be doing its own thing, probably. And getting off track again. Let me see. Yes. So when the Bangkok Empire attacks the kingdom, looking for the power of Kabuton. Yes, he has basically the same name as the character from Hero Girls Sky Picture, except spelled differently, I think. I'm not sure really. Kabuton! So we check this kingdom. Kaguragi makes a deal, and tomorrow he will bring him the god. So after I leave, he makes a call to Radcliffe. I don't get much about it. But he says that the negotiation have failed. Well, I wasn't thinking about my bad feeling at the time, but we still had it. Like, that's pretty interesting. You get a bad feeling from at the start when he appears. Alright, mate. The characters may grow as friends along the way as the series goes on. But I don't know what they're going to do after episode 5. Like, will they be going to Japan? Or are they staying there well for the entirety of the series? Which is rare for a Sentai season. They actually have a series take place entirely in one universe, different, on Japan. First season not to take entire place in Japan. Not a single mile. Probably. We're not sure. So anyway, he asked for the Free's help. I giving him some specific saying some specific lines, so you all agree. Bringing it back on it, yeah, he's doing something. He's definitely got that bad feeling is definitely justified. So yeah, so the next day comes and the Empire attacks. Not the Star Wars Empire, the Bangkok Empire. It's just so interesting. Like, don't get much focus on the villains. They're gonna be appearing. But I'm sure once all the just united, we'll get more backstory on the villains. And it'll be typical Sentai person. The bad guy summon the monster of the week. go fight the Sentai. The Sentai transform once at the start. Something like a beat or something. Learn a valuable lesson later on in the episode. Then transform again. Fight them. Megazord battle. And everyone wins. Is happy. Typical Sentai stuff. But we'll see. And I keep saying that, but the season is really good so far. This is literally the 4th episode, and I'm really loving the series. Wish I got to watch Dawn Brothers last year. So, wish I got to watch that last year. I didn't have proper conversation back then. Well, I only started using it pretty recently, actually. About late around September or something. Or November. Yeah, November. Started using it around November. It's been a pain in the ass, but it's been in the app version. It's like shit. Excuse me. So after that, the Vanguard arrived, and Kagure is already prepared to fight them, and Henshins. There's a Henshin. I keep saying that because I like Kamen Riders. Henshin! They got the old belts of Kamen Rider, or not unique at the time, but makes sense though, because, well, still recent. And we get a sort of remake of the first Kamen Rider season ever from 1971, called Shin Kamen Rider. Yep, Shin Kamen Rider. So, yeah, the Kamen Rider celebrate its 40th anniversary. Well, technically 50th anniversary, basically, since it's 5 years older, than Super Sentai. Yeah. Just get back in the house. Anyway, Kaguraki does really good fighting against King-Ohger. While the other's busy fighting the big guy. Oh. That's where they find out Kaguraki is the one behind the controlling Kabuton. Bagheera makes a speech and moves him, and goes in the Kabuton, Shu Kabuton, to actually break control. Shu Kabuton actually breaks out of the control directly split on him. And it actually has it's emotional yet comedic at the same time, as the Zords are literally hugging each other. I'm not joking, they're literally hugging each other. It's kind of ridiculous, but also really brilliant too. It's funny yet emotional. So yeah. So Kaguraki is moved by Geira's speech and helps him out to take down the monster. So yeah, they agree to join Geira's crew, but Yama is suspecting something. One thing about things he said earlier, he realizes something, but it's too late. Kaguraki reveals his trap, working with Rita, who was seen earlier in the episode, being referred as a judge, by the way, reading some books. Kaguraki's doing all he can to protect his kingdom, even lying say they trespass on his kingdom. Which is technically true, but it's not really their fault. It's more of his fault that they were trespassing in the kingdom in the first place. So, it's a half lie, really. And the episode ends with Rita declaring that Geira will be put on trial for his crimes. So that for the next episode. So yeah, by the way, Rita, aka Papilo Oja, her full name is Rita Kanisuka. Well, and they are played by Yuzuki Hirokawa. Can't wait to learn more about Rita next episode. I'm sure that they're definitely going to be joining Geira after they realize how much of an asshole Reckless is. Rita is an honor of justice. That's why they're the judge. They deserve their justice. So I cannot wait for that next episode. But anyway, thank you guys for watching. If you enjoy my content, please hit the thumbs up button. Want to see more, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell, we'll update videos comes in the future. And see you guys next time for more Kamen Rider and King-Ohger. And see.